Hi guys, it's Stephanie. Welcome back to my channel. And today I am doing the end of the year book tag. I realized after reading the tag questions that you're meant to do this like in the fall, but it is called the end of the year book tag, so I think it still works. So we're just gonna go right into this. The first question is, are there any books you started this year that you need to finish? And the answer to that is yes. I currently have 11 books on my currently reading shelf on Goodreads. But the two books I really do want to try and finish before the year is over are Warriors of Wind and Flame by Sarah B. Larson, and which I don't have a physical copy of. I have a e-arc of that one. And then here it is, The Starless Sea by Erin Morgenstern. I am about 100 pages into it. I'm really enjoying it. I also decided to borrow the audiobook for it from the library, so I'm really hoping that between this and the audiobook that I can get it read before the year is over. We'll see. It is a bit of a longer book. It's over 500 pages. Yeah. So who knows what will happen. I keep reading other books instead for some reason. So right now I'm in the middle of reading Bird Box, but honestly, I'm not really feeling it, so I'm contemplating DNFing it, but we'll see what happens. The next question is there a, oh, excuse me, that's the third one. Second question, do you have an autumnal book to transition into the end of the year? Kind of. I tend to gravitate more towards fantasy when fall hits and everything, so around November-ish. Yeah, about beginning to mid-November, I usually get a hankering to read The Lord of the Rings, which or The Hobbit, which I don't always do that every year, but there were a few years where I did read The Hobbit every like November, or if I didn't read it that month, I read it in December. But this year I read the Two Towers, that's what it was, this November. I actually listened to the audiobook and I really enjoyed it. It was the first time I ever reread it. I read it a few years back, and so it was a lot of fun being able to experience it again as an audiobook. Totally highly recommend. So yeah. And then this month I'm hoping that I'll be able to listen to The Return of the King. This is again a reread for me. I've read the entire trilogy, so yeah. So once November hits, that's kind of where I find that I'm transitioning into fall, because October is like, oh, it's Halloween, spooky, and yeah, it's fall, but I find like the really fall vibes tend to really hit me in November-ish type of thing. And so I really want something cozy like Lord of the Rings for that time of year. So yeah. The next question is there a new release you're still waiting for? No. I honestly haven't been too interested in a lot of the new books that came out this year. Of course, I know quite a few books got their publication dates got pushed because of the pandemic and everything, so that maybe is part of the reason why, but I just most of the books that I was looking forward to came out in the first half of the year. The book I was really looking forward to this year was Ruthless Gods by Emily A. Duncan. I freaking loved that book, but it came out in April, so after April I was just kind of like, okay, well, I'm done. That was the one my most anticipated. Like, yeah, I was excited for Warriors of Wind and Flame by Sarah B. Larson. I was definitely excited for Midnight Sun when that was announced, and also when it came out. I'm actually halfway through it right now. And I am minorly interested in The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes by Suzanne Collins, but like the real excitement for me was my April release, and after that I was just kind of like, okay, I'm free for the rest of the year. So yeah, nothing else for me. The fourth question, what are 3 books you want to read before the end of the year? I guess I've kind of already answered that one. Starless Sea, Warriors of Wind and Flame, and Return of the King are definitely books I really do want to read in the next couple weeks. We'll see. I haven't even read that much this week because I've just been it's been a struggle. So yeah. Let's see. Is there a book you think could still shock you and become your favorite book of the year? No. Nope. My favorite books of the year, and when I'm doing this, I'm only going to count books that I read for the first time, because my favorite series is The Lord of the Rings, and I did read The Hobbit this month and Two Towers last month. Love both books, so I'm not going to include those at all. But honestly, I've read Ruthless Gods is definitely my number one. Totally my favorite 2020 book I read for the first time this year, and 2020 release as well. I also really enjoyed, I think it's Kingdom of Souls. Let me check. We'll open up Goodreads here. I got my computer here because I'm planning tentatively on writing as well. We'll see what happens. I think it's Kingdom of Souls, but I can't remember the authors. Yeah, it is. Okay. Yeah, so I read Kingdom of Souls earlier this year as well, and that was written by Rena Barron. Rena? I'm not sure, sorry. But oh, absolutely loved that book so freaking much. But that book came out last year, so it wasn't a 2020 release. But I am so excited for the next book, which I believe comes out next year. So yeah, let's go back to my questions now. Have you already started making reading plans for 2021? Yes, I have. I actually have already put up my 2021 reading and writing goals video, which I will link down below for you. But if you haven't watched that, I'll just quickly recap. Next year, I'm hoping to be reading at least a book a week, if not 2. So I want to try and go for 1 to 2 books a week in the new year. This year I only read, like, I think 6 months out of the year, so I've read nearly 50 books so far, but I didn't read throughout the entire year, and I'm not terribly mad or anything about that, but I do want to try and read more consistently in the new year, instead of having like these big spurts of reading and then no reading. So yeah, and that is it. Yeah, no more questions, I guess. So hope you guys enjoyed that video. Let me know down below in the comments what your favorite 2020 books were this year, whether they were released this year or not. Just anything you read this year that you really loved, let me know. And if you like this video, please hit that like button, and if you enjoy my videos, please also subscribe, and hope you have a great day.